This video was brought to you by stntrading.eu. They enhance your trading experience by offering extremely fast automated trading services for both TF2 and CSGO. Check them out in the description below. Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. So today we're going to be doing another episode of Fashion Fortress. So I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you guys for supporting this series, sending in your loadouts. We have over 300 loadouts that have been sent to the email address alone. Not to mention the ones that have been sent to me on Discord. If you want to join my Discord, there's a link in the description. People sending them to me on Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, there's a link in the description. I'm plugging everything today at the start of this video. But anyway, if you do want to send your loadout in to this series, then you can email spikymikeytf2@gmail.com. Send it to me on Twitter in a DM. DMs are probably better, so there's that. Or just put it in my Discord server. There's a special room on the Discord server for this series, and hopefully I'm going to be trying to do a few of the loadouts through the Discord server for the next video, and maybe even the Twitter one as well, because I don't want them all to be from the email, because I know a lot of you don't want to email stuff in. So anyway, I know it's been a minute introduction, let's get right into this. So the first set in this video is this one that you can see on the screen right now. It consists of the Australian Gold Thirst Blood, the Australian Gold Big Man on Campus, and the Australian Gold Bolt Boy. So this guy wasn't really sure about many of the things I asked in the video that I asked for the loadouts in, and he said the budget he doesn't really know. The theme, he was kind of thinking like a futuristic Bonk Boy type theme by using the Bolt Boy. It looks more futuristic, I guess, which is fair enough. I agree with that. He also said it would be better if there could be a different hat in there possibly, and honestly, I don't think that is the case. I think the Thirst Blood looks really good with the Bolt Boy. I never really thought to try that. That's actually pretty awesome looking set, especially with the Big Man on Campus. I think that works quite well, and I don't really think you need to change the hat. He also says he likes the combination of the Thirst Blood and the Bolt Boy, and he really likes the Australian paint. So to me, that kind of says that he wants to keep the Thirst Blood and the Bolt Boy, and maybe he's not as happy with the Big Man on Campus. Honestly, I think the set looks really good as it is. Like, maybe the only thing I would think of really is to put an unusual Thirst Blood in there. Like, Thirst Bloods are generally quite cheap since they were the only unusual hat that could be unboxed for the late summer crate update that was a few years ago now. And it's weird to think that that was a few years ago now, but it was. And honestly, yeah, like, other than an unusual, I'm not too sure there is anything else that would really change with this loadout, or I would change if it was mine. Maybe if you weren't a big fan of the Big Man on Campus, swap it to a different shirt, like maybe a Fast Learner, a Track Terrorizer, something like that. But I think the Big Man on Campus is probably the best for the theme you're going for. So this guy's name was Scales, and I've actually made a few videos about the skins he's made, which I didn't even notice. I didn't even know that this guy watched my videos until he messaged me like a few months ago or something like that, saying that I made a video on his skins. But dude, thank you for making the skins to show off in the videos, and thank you for submitting your loadout. Next up, we have this set, which includes an unusual Nebula Universal Translator, which was unboxed by him, a strange Captain Spaceman, and the strange Triggerman's Tacticals. When I first saw this set, I thought that the Spaceman was unusual, because I wasn't really looking too closely at the Universal Translator with the unusual icon there. I thought it was the Spaceman because it was purple text. I got really confused about it. And then when I read it, it was like, oh, cool, it's the unusual Universal Translator. And the fact that he unboxed that himself is amazing. There are also quite a few custom weapons in this set. One of them is the strange festive specialized killstreak Wildwood sniper rifle in factory new, which was a mouthful to say. He also has the collector's cozy camper and a strange professional killstreak tribal man's shiv. Now he has quite a few goals that he actually sent me with this loadout that he wants to try and do. And his first goal was get an Australian rifle. I think that would be an amazing idea for this set, especially because, you know, you are using a skin, and while skins are nice, and that skin is fairly nice for the sniper rifle, I just think an Australian sniper rifle would match the whole, like, look of it a bit better. I don't know. I just think the Australian sniper rifle looks better than that skin, and most skins you can get, really. He also says make a collector's shiv, which would be amazing to see as well, with an Australian and two collector's items in the same set. I think that'll make it Very, very unique and very special. If you could. He also said get an unusual Captain Spaceman. I don't know if you have the budget for that, but if you do, then that would be insane to do. And it would make this set look amazing as well. I'm not too sure what effect you'd get on it to go with the Nebula. I mean, I guess, I don't really know. If you have an idea of what unusual effect you'd pair with Nebula for the Captain Spaceman, let me know in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. And he also said that he would love to get a Collector's Triggerman's Tacticals. However, they don't exist yet, which is kind of a shame. But other than that, I don't really think you need 3 collector's items in the same set. For me, it's one of those things that if you have too much of the same color text while looking at a loadout, because I look at loadouts quite a lot, and for me, it's just I don't really think 3 red items would really be the best. I think it's nice to keep it all mixed up, keep it all changing around with like an Australian sniper rifle, which is strange, so it's orange, 2 reds, a blue, a purple, and then another orange. I think that would be quite a good way to move around all the colors and stuff like that. I don't know, you probably don't care that much about loadouts like that, but for me that's just something more aesthetically pleasing, and really there's no need to get a collector's item for one you've got a strange of, and it's a cosmetic, so you'd be getting points all the time anyway. And I don't know, I just think strange is a bit more special, at least in like cosmetic terms. And finally, we have this loadout. So this loadout consists of a green virtual viewfinder and a green rusty reaper. And he says his budget is low, but it's not that low, and he doesn't really know what to do with this loadout past what he's got now. Honestly, I'd say go for a green hat. He was thinking maybe add like a space diver or something, but I don't think a space diver would look the best with this set. I think you should go for another green hat that the Pyro actually wears on his head, not like another mask type thing. And I think that a green hat would just complete the set perfectly. I don't really know what hat I'd pick. Maybe a vintage Merryweather, possibly. Maybe a Pyro's beanie. I don't know if you could paint that. But if you could, then possibly go for that. I don't know, there's plenty of Pyro hats you could be looking at to try and change this loadout up a little bit, to try and get like a better, I don't know, make it look a little bit nicer and make all of the cosmetics work together while having all 3 slots filled. So that was actually quite a short loadout, but I kind of like to make these videos a little bit shorter when I can, because I don't want to drag it out to be 10 minutes, because everybody's then like, oh, you're doing that for the YouTube ad revenue or whatever like that. But I don't. I'd never really put mid-roll ads on things if they're over 10 minutes, or I don't do it on purpose. YouTube just does it for me. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Also, did you enjoy the fact that I made some of these loadouts a little bit shorter and didn't talk about them for as long? Or would you prefer me to talk about the loadouts for a bit longer? I don't really want to change the amount of loadouts I do per video, because I think 3 is a really nice number for something like this. And if I did want to go into depth with one of them, it means I'd have to make one of them a little bit shorter to kind of fit in a different time frame or whatever. And I don't want to cut out time from talking about somebody else's loadout, because a different loadout interests me and there's a lot to say about that one. I don't really think that's fair. There wasn't much to say about this last loadout that you saw, but that's kind of why that one's a little bit shorter anyway. But I hope you did enjoy the video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow with another video. And a lot of new series, or old series even, are going to be coming back to this channel fairly soon, making a comeback, being revamped and stuff like that, and it's going to be amazing. So thank you so much for watching once again, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
I walk with the elephants, rolling, rolling.